Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I haven't done one of these in a long time, a video where I just like sit down and talk to the camera. It's not really the kind of content I like making these days, but I've had this idea for a while and I just kind of wanted to try it out. So this year has been the hardest year of my life for various reasons, but the primary reason, the one that I'll be getting into a little bit, is earlier this year I was diagnosed with depression and anxiety. Yay! Which honestly wasn't really a hard diagnosis to deal with. I mean, like, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to notice that, you know? Like, I've known I've had those things since I was a kid. It's just getting the confirmation, you know? In the months since that diagnosis, I, have been a lot more proactive about my mental health and trying to think a lot more about it and, like, figure out ways to make myself not feel miserable, you know, stuff like that. And something that I've been doing a lot is I tell myself things that I like. I just like talk about things I enjoy or I find cool or interesting or unique, because I don't think that's something we take enough time out of our day to do. I certainly don't. I know you guys probably don't. You know, you open up YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, any of those social media things, you open up any of it, and it's all negativity. Everyone is criticizing someone or something, and I'm obviously guilty of that just as much as the next person. But that's such a miserable way to exist. I just want to talk about the things I like. Not necessarily my favorite movies or my favorite songs, but things about life that I just enjoy. I am currently visiting home from college. I'm visiting my parents right now. And that's something I don't get to do very often anymore because I've been a lot busier recently. So whenever I do, I really like to, embrace it and soak it all in. And one of my favorite things to do when I do that is come to this park and just kind of walk around and observe, enjoy. I kind of wanted to bring you guys along with me today. If life has been getting you down, if things have been hard lately, you're not alone. I want to help you not feel terrible. So just take a seat back and I'm going to walk through this park and just kind of film some stuff and talk about things I really like about life, humanity, and the world. I really like that humans collectively decided that art is really important. It's cool to have buildings and tools and practical things, things we need. But what about entertainment? Recently, I got to attend a film festival with some of my friends and had an absolute blast. But while we were there, Matthew Modine, best known for his work as Papa in Stranger Things, was there. And he was giving an acceptance speech. And during his speech, he said something that I just really resonated with. He said that he loves film because when you watch a film, you get to empathize with anyone in any situation. I just really like that quote because, yeah, I could not agree more. I think it's actually really cool that we get to see trees die and come back to life. Like, we get to see the passing of time. It gives you something to look forward to. Even if it's like the smallest thing in the world, it's still something to look forward to. When all the leaves go, you get to look forward to summer. When all the leaves come back and you're sick of the hot weather, well, guess what? You get to look forward to fall. Every single year, it's the exact same. Even though it's messing up my audio, I love that planes exist. I really do. I really think it's cool that we can get from point A to point B just like that, and we get to fly over everything. I think that's pretty insane. I love that love exists. I love that people get attached to other people and people get attached to things and assign meanings to them. I just think that's a beautifully, uniquely human thing. Obviously not saying that humans are the only ones that can love, but you get what I'm saying. I think Spider-Man is probably one of the best fictional characters ever created. I think everything that he stands for and represents is everything that I love about humanity. I love that it started off as Peter Parker and that it's become this symbol that every single person on the planet can get behind. I just think that's really cool. I love that I'm alive and that I get to experience all of this. I love that I get to exist at the same time as many animals. Even though a lot of animals have gone extinct and there are probably a lot of animals that don't exist yet that we probably will never know about. But I just think it's really cool that I get to exist at the same time as dogs. We're really lucky for that. I think trees are gorgeous. And if you just take a second to look at a couple and just admire the fact that they're all unique, just like us. Not that I think trees are people or anything. I don't think that. But I think that people and trees aren't very different. I love hugs. I just love hugs. They are like the closest you can get to someone. I love people who get excited about things that I don't get excited about. It makes the world feel a lot more interesting than just what's in my own bubble. Now, with that being said, I love sharing interests with people. Being able to bond with someone over something that you've loved your entire life and they've loved their entire life, and you guys are just now finding out that you both love the same thing, is just magical. I'm really thankful that the stigma around mental health has loosened up a lot over the past couple decades. I still think it's bad, and I still think there's a lot of work to do with it. But the fact that people are much more open to having a conversation about it and taking it seriously now just means a lot. I love that we're capable of caring for lives that aren't our own. I feel like most people don't suck, which is sometimes hard to believe, like especially if you're on the internet a lot. But I actually really do genuinely believe that most people don't suck. I love that we have feelings and that we're capable of expressing them. Obviously, I'm aware that feelings and emotions are probably like the number one reason for anything bad ever happening. But at the same time, imagine how dark and sad this world would be if everyone was just logical and just like purely factual. I love laughter. I think it's probably the best sound on the planet. I think the most annoying laugh is probably still better than anybody crying. Seriously, if laughter was the only sound that humans could emit, I would be okay with that. I would be completely okay with that. I love food, and I love that we love food, and I love that whenever food is involved, people are always smiling. Have you noticed that before? Anytime food is involved, it feels like the mood in the room just lifts. Like the worst thing in the world could be happening. You could be at a fucking funeral, but as soon as you see that food, there's just something about it that makes you feel not as sad. I love social gatherings where there's a mutual activity for everyone to participate in, like a board game or a movie or something. I love meeting new people, especially people that I'm probably never gonna talk to again. Because it's like, man, for a really brief moment of time, we crossed paths. Like this guy, I ran into him at the park, seemed like an absolutely lovely individual, and I wish him nothing but the best. But I'll probably never see him again. And that's okay. I really like that humans are just naturally optimistic. Obviously, there's a lot of pessimism, and I'm guilty of that. Everyone's guilty of that. But I think collectively, us as a whole is optimistic. Whenever something is going wrong, notice that there's always one person that's like, no, it's okay, everything's gonna be okay. They don't have to do that. They don't have to say that. But they just do. Because we all want everything to be okay, even if it doesn't feel like anything's okay. I love that whenever you have a bad day, there's always a chance that the next day is gonna be better. Obviously, there's no guarantee, you know? 9 times out of 10, it feels like you're gonna wake up and the next day is just gonna be as terrible, if not worse than the previous. But the fact that there's even a chance that you're gonna wake up and something good is gonna happen to you makes life worth living. I'm actually kind of grateful that nothing is permanent, which is something that I've always had a hard time dealing with, the temporary nature of life. I mean, think about it. You don't want everything to last forever. Are there some things I wish last forever? Of course. But if some things have to last forever, then that means everything has to last forever. And I don't want everything to last forever. Like, I'm a senior in college. I don't want to be a senior in college forever. I'm done with college. I don't want to be a student anymore, you know? I think exercise is really cool, especially in those times where you're not feeling too great, because they kind of give you this feeling of like agency that nothing else really gives you, because it's like, yeah, no matter how much stuff sucks in my life right now, I can just get up and run. I can just lift, and I can just like do things with my body that like improve everything. I love that we care about our planet. At least most of us do. I love whenever I see people picking up litter, or whenever I see people just doing anything that is environmentally friendly. I'm just like, yeah, you go. You fucking go. That's what's up. I love listening to music with headphones on, because it really feels like it's in your soul, and you just kind of escape for a little bit, you know? I love Friends, not the TV show. I actually think it's really unfunny. No, I'm talking about like the actual concept of having friends. I just really like that people band together. People form like fellowships with one another. And why? I don't know, because I like being around you. I really like that people feel a need to celebrate. Like, I feel like deep down we're all aware that life just kind of sucks and we just need to like celebrate things sometimes. So we come up with birthdays and holidays and occasions that really probably don't need to exist, but they just do because fuck it. Life sucks. Let's like enjoy things sometimes. And I like me, which is something I don't say very often. I'm really hard on myself, and I think a lot of you guys are too. I don't know. Just be nicer to yourself. Because I'm awkward, and I've got faults. But you know what? You guys do too. All right? So, take that.